Hey everybody, it's Heather here with Earth Empress. I hope you are doing fantastic on this Wednesday. This is going to be the general overall spread for August 2019. It's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Capricorn. With it being overall, we're going to get messages. It could be about money, it could be about career, it could be about family, friends, love. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't try to force things, don't try to make them fit. What else, guys? Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, personal ratings, all that good stuff. You can find the information in the description box down below. All right, so we're just going to hop right in. I know you Capricorns have been through a very emotional upbringing. The past couple months, I want to say. I don't want to say it's just been this recent shift, but with Saturn going direct and then Pluto is about to go direct, that there is this big momentum that's building. But that being said, I do feel like the placements, the energies, the South Node, all that good stuff, Mark being in Cancer, opposing, it's been a bit of a healing period for you guys. Purging, healing, working through karmic situations, karmic connections, karmic histories. It could be childhood conditioning, things that you've carried with you, honestly, most of your life. And that stuff's not always the easiest to find the answer for. Six of Pentacles. Finding the balance, though. That's what you've been seeking. And I feel like that's what it is. You've been seeking not just a financial balance. It's also a spiritually abundant balance. Finding the common ground, the footing, the groundedness, the solidity within yourself and your connections. You're getting what you give into relationships, into friendships, into work. It's an equal opportunity. There's an equal reciprocity when it comes to energies. Which I love. I love that. That's such a Libra thing in the season. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been holding on to something. Let's see what it is. Because I feel like it is either a mindset when it comes to connections or a mindset when it comes to the way that you've lived your life up until this point. Maybe you are experiencing some kind of big, massive spiritual shift that's really changing you down to the core. And it's making your approach, the way that you live your life, a lot of things having to shift. Yeah. 9 of Wands and 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been fighting. Battling within yourself when it comes to what success is for you. And if you are having a reprogramming, a reconditioning when it comes to your cycles, your behaviors, your mindset, ways that you've always been, ways you've always approached things, it's going to feel like that 9 of Wands. It's going to feel like you're battling internally and like the battle is never ending and you're so close to the end and you're so close to being to this level, but you're not there. And at times it can be a little bit frustrating. And I could see where that 4 of Pentacles would be like, I'm just trying so hard to make shit happen and it's not happening. Whether it is, again, money, relationships, career, it's like you're trying to break through barriers and they're not bending. There's no breaking through. But 10 of Pentacles is here. There is happiness, there is abundance, there is success right down the road. I do feel like it's going to require a spiritual... One second, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. My child was definitely in need of something. Yeah, I feel like the balancing and the leveling is going to come when you maybe release the need to. It feels like you've been fighting, obviously with the 9 of Wands, but for some reason it feels like you've been fighting within yourself. Maybe over what success is supposed to look like to you versus what it's actually starting to be for you, what it's starting to feel like, what it's turning into. Maybe there was an issue where you've just been fighting so hard for this 10 of Pentacles. But maybe the holding on to mindsets and ways of being has been really holding you back. It's been almost a barrier for you. And I could see that. I could see needing to level that out. Yeah. I mean, of course it's going to be heavy. It's Capricorn, right? We have 8 of Wands. I love that it's inspiration in this because I feel like that's what it is more so than just messages coming in. It's rapid, it's fast-paced. It's like you're getting insight, you're getting clarity, you're getting messages, offers, just connections coming in when it comes to your Ten of Pentacles. Opportunities you have to succeed, to have success, this abundance, this prosperity. You're getting a lot of things coming in all of a sudden. It's like when you finally make the decision to shift your mindset a little bit, or your need for control in this situation, because this is what it feels like. It feels like there's a need for control, trying to control and battling and battling and battling. And it's like, man, if you would just let us come and bounce this shit out, like we would go. We would go if you would just release it. It's not always going to look like you think it should. Or it's not always going to pan out or fall in line the way that we feel like it should have. But that doesn't mean it's any less amazing for us. It doesn't mean it's not where you're meant to be. Just because it doesn't look like you thought it would 10 years ago does not mean that you're not on the right path. That's the thing that people get so hung up on. It's not about the path, the end game, so much as it is the journey, because along the way, that's how we tweak and lose, old mindsets and old ways of being and wounds and healing and all of this. This is how we do it, because we go and we take certain paths and they direct us here to get us there, but it's shaping us into the people we need to be in order to receive this abundance, this success, this happiness. The wheel, yeah. Progress. I'm telling you, when it shifts, man, like when that mindset shifts, that's whatever it is you've held on to. When that shifts and you release it, the need for whatever it is for you, that wheel starts turning in the right direction. You have the Eight of Wands coming in quickly, coming in fastly. You could have some spiritual insights, spiritual messages coming in through dreams. This is like 4 cards. I'm not going to take that. Yeah, you could have a lot of connectedness too, like literally spirit coming in, trying to give you inclinations, signs, realizations, clarity, things like that. So I feel like some of you, okay, this is for some of you. You could be releasing some kind of fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. If anything, it's just someone that's very enigmatic, charismatic, fiery, energetic. Eight of emotions, Eight of Cups is calmly deciding to walk away from a situation, right? And then if this is you deciding to leave behind mindset, ways of being, this is you. It's because it has taken away your enthusiasm for life, your zest for life, your love for, being in the moment and embracing and inspiration and creativity. It's taken a hit, and it's going to require you deciding to finally release old emotions and old situations in order to, the Fool card, taking a leap of faith, leaving that behind in order to move forward into your journey, because you can't move forward in a Queen of Wands reverse. You just can't do it. There's no enthusiasm for it. There's no zest. There's no jumping in. There's no head first. Like, that's what the Queen of Wands is. She sits in her power, but she's charismatic. She calls things to her. She brings them to her because she's creative and she's fiery and she's fun, and her energy is vibrant. And when it's reversed, there is none of that. It's lacking. So the big key is going to be that release. Yeah, and that Queen of Wands is under that Four of Pentacles. So you could have been holding on to someone that was, if it was a fire sign, they were not in their alignment. They were not true to their character, true to their nature. They were not pouring into you. They were not making you feel good. There was no getting through to that. You got the Fool under the Nine of Wands. So yeah, you've been battling, and maybe it's kind of scary to take this leap. It's like there's an innate fear that's embedded in this movement, this shift forward of becoming something different. Whether it's you, again, becoming something different internally, and I feel like regardless, it's going to be internal for you, but it could be in job, it could be in friendship, it could be in families. It's changing dynamics, and it's really, there's fear attached to it because there's a lot of unknowns in the situation. But the Fool card is literally like, you take the leap as you have trust for the universe. Otherwise, you're going to have a long fall down. You take the leap, you put the faith out. Don't just take the leap to take the leap and jump. Do it when you actually feel like you have an innate trust in your connection to the universe, to spirit. So what's under this Ten of Pentacles? This one wanted to pop out. Yeah, I feel like you're no longer waiting. Three of Wands reversed. Three of Wands upright to me is waiting for your ships to come in, waiting to take the flight, waiting to make the move. You know, when it's reversed, you've been waiting on this success to come in. And reverse means you're going after it. You're no longer sitting back waiting on this. You are like, look, I'm going to take this shit into my hands. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to charge in. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk because I feel like that's needed right now in order to get these rewards. Like, let me throw down a couple more cards because Ten of Pentacles, sometimes it requires a little bit of a risk because it's happiness, it's success. We have a couple different cards. And if you always play it safe, it's really hard to find success within. It just is. You can find mundane things. But finding actual true success in a situation when you don't take any risk, you don't take any leaps of faith. You have Five of Cups reversed. Yeah, you're releasing. Yep. You are getting some kind of spiritual connectedness, some kind of insights coming in that's causing you to come out of this period of isolation, of depression, of a little bit of a martyr. I'm not saying anyone specifically is a martyr, so please don't attack me. But the Five of Cups to me can feel like that it's looking back, it's nostalgia, it's, and it's not in a healthy way most of the time. If you're doing things and you're looking back in a healthy form, it's different. And maybe that was part of the Three of Wands, like when it's upright and the sitting and the waiting for this, it's like you're looking back at situations and how they made you feel and what they made you feel. And that's beautiful because that's how you heal a lot of the time, but you can't stay stuck and stagnant in that either. You come to realization and clarity of how to shift your perspective, shift your thinking, shift the reaction to what happened. And then when you make that shift, that's when a lot changes. You have the Sun card here. Happiest card in the deck. Card of Leo, so you have more fire energy in here. You could have Leo in your chart. This Sun card is about happiness. This is about innately seeking the happiness within your life. It's releasing that Five of Cups, that sadness, that sorrow. It's releasing the need to sit back and be still. It's charging in forward towards it. You have a Hanged Man and the Two of Cups. These all popped out together, so... Two of Cups. Some kind of mutual reciprocity is going on. Yeah, you're gonna start connecting with people that are pouring into you. You could also be in your head about a Two of Cups situation, relationship, maybe some kind of soul connection that you had because maybe it affected you on a very deep level. It doesn't have to just be relationships. It can be family. It can be friends. Again, it's something that has innately affected who you are up to this point. It has had an impact on you, whether it was something recent, the past couple years that has impacted you currently, or someone from, years ago that is still impacting you to this day. You're taking a nice hard look at the situation. You're pulling your emotions out of it too, in order to look at it kind of logically, kind of balance it out. Yeah, because Six of Pentacles on the Eight of Cups is finding balance enough within yourself to walk away from something, emotionally detaching. You might not actually leave someone physically, but again, it's detachment. And then again, Hanged Man, in order to really get some forced perspective on a situation that is a very deep soul tie that probably entails a lot of karmic lessons learned. Nine of Wands. The Fool. Yeah, taking a nice hard look. Again, where you're putting your energy. Where you have placed yourself energetically that has not grown, and the places that you have poured into that have truly blossomed in your life moving forward. That's going to be the key. That's going to be the difference. Taking a huge look at all of it. Everything you fought for, the risks you want to take. And I feel like that's where the choice comes in. You're looking at, okay, I poured into this, I fought for this, but it's got me nowhere. So maybe if I shift and take an approach here, it could move me forward. There could be growth. I've worked on this a little bit, and this has actually grown. This has flourished. Again, career, family, friendship, whatever you have poured energy into that has produced some kind of growth is completely worth taking a leap, taking a chance on. It's also like a period of just observation in general. Just really being observant and meticulous and mindful of where you're headed. You got Queen of Swords, Muse of Materials. So you have Queen of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So you could be getting real honest with yourself about your success moving forward. How you're going to build and work up to this King of Pentacles energy, this being in your divine alignment, your divine power, taking control, having the finances, having the stability, having the success, having the career that you love, doing what you love, and finding abundance through that. This is going to be an emotionally intense, but also very purifying time period for you, because you're getting real crystal clear about what you want. Some of you could see potential with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, because it's falling under that 10 of Pentacles and that 3 of Wands reverse. So it would be like wanting to take some action towards building something with an air sign, if that is for you. Could be in your family. You could have an air sign in your family that like you're like, look, I'm not sitting around waiting, wallowing, dealing with this anymore. Like, I'm taking charge of the situation. I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. Like, you're going to get on board or you're not. And I feel like that's what a lot of that communication, the insights that you're getting are about. Is, okay, you may be in a connection where you want it to be mutual give and take. You want it to be mutual back and forth. But there's a lot of battling that goes on within the process when it comes to this connection. So you get real clear. You get crystal clear in the situation. And you're like, okay, look, I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to change. I'm going to push change forward in this situation myself. I'm going to change me. Yeah, Page of Wands. I love this card. So Page of Wands is about taking that wand and starting something completely new. It can be about messages, passionate communication coming in. I more so feel like it's your creative endeavors that are like coming through. It's under the wheel, it's under the sun, it's under the page. Yeah, like it's a connectedness, it's happiness, it's joy, it's turning in the right direction. So if you are focusing on creative projects, yes, it's a big fat yes, because there is a lot of inspiration on this table, a lot of creativity, a lot of flourishment, stuff that's really fulfilling. But this card, I mean, just look at it. It's just straight up like just art. It's art. And art tends to make you feel like the sun for most people. It may be a certain type or a certain preference, but it's supposed to make you feel something. And that's the point of the inspiration, the rods, the wands, whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to make you feel inspired passion inside of you. And what better way to do that than to really creatively pour yourself into something? It doesn't have to just be art. You could be someone that likes to build things, that likes to flip furniture, that likes to work on houses, that likes to work on cars, that likes to work in the yard, work in the garden. It's creativity. It's taking and pouring your soul, your time into something, focusing intently on it. And it's so satisfying a lot of the time to just mindlessly kind of pour into something and focus, single focus on it. It brings a lot of mindfulness, a lot of being present, a lot of groundedness to it, and that's beautiful, because I feel like that's kind of what's needed to move forward, because there is a little bit of a fear. Like I want to clarify this little card. There's a little bit of hesitation, I feel like, and I'm just like, don't take the leap until you truly trust that. Not even trust, it's trusting in the universe, but it's surrender. You trust so much that you're like, look, I'm giving it to you. I know you're going to work it out. It's going to be fine. Whatever I'm meant to do, I'm going to do. And you take the leap. That is how you use that full card to work for you. That's when you start your journey. When you get to the point of like, look, it's not always going to make sense. It's not always going to be picture perfect. I can't write it down piece by piece what I'm going to do. It's not always going to work out that way. But I trust that it's going to work out as it best for me on my path, on my journey. And then you leap. And I mean, that's the beauty in it. So I do want to get just a clarify on that Fool card. Okay, yeah. That's why because there are a lot of options on the table. That's what it is. That's why you have this fear. It's like just so many directions, so many passions, so many projects, so many connections, so many situations. And it's like, which way do I go? And my advice would just be to It's something where you're going to be starting new. Pages are new. It's a new approach to something. It's the novice. It's learning something from the ground up. But it's something that truly inspires your soul. You'll feel it like in your solar plexus, especially with that sun card and that happiness and that joy. It's like when you do something that really inspires you and you really pour into it, you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your soul. It'll drag you in. It'll pull you in, and you'll feel it in the flow, and it'll be almost meditative. And that's kind of when you know that it's this beautiful thing. So, right, Capricorn's got me like all sappy, all in my feels here. Okay, so I am just gonna shuffle real quick. One more time. Okay. Ooh, raw morganite, carnelian. I love that one. That would have been my baby's birthstone, actually. I love that. Okay. Raw morganite is 46. So it says, sensitivity, gentleness, empathy, compassion, the gift of vulnerability, self-forgiveness. That's what it is. Yeah. No matter how hard the rock, over time, water can alter it, making a path where there was none before. The appearance of this crystal is a sign there is a time for you to embrace your sensitivity and gentleness. There is no need to be forceful when you can simply be open to what you are entitled to receive. Yep. Allow yourself to be vulnerable, and this crystal spirit appears in raw and polished form, finding strength in knowing that you do not have to engage in battles that serve no one. You are able to handle whatever dramas are in front of you right now and situations that fall at your feet. Your exquisite sensitivity will serve you well, for it allows you to see things as they are. The conscious universe will be gentle with you, and raw morganite spirit is here to let you know you are not alone and you have a solid foundation beneath you. So express your gifts of empathy and compassion. You are stronger than you know. And then we have carnelian. 14. Increased confidence, dignity, poise, self-assurance. Rising above the fray is much easier when you feel confident in your strengths and note that the conscious universe is lighting the path for you. There's no shame in feeling unsure as you leave behind the unfamiliar, but carnelian spirit is here to help you grow your confidence so you can experience dignity and poise even when it is clear that you are imperfect and not completely certain of what step to take next. Yeah. You have come so far and grown so much. Give yourself credit and know that you make the best decisions for the good of all when you feel self-assured because you are connected to the conscious universe, your co-creator at all times. You're awake and alert, heeding the signs that guide you on the healing path so you hold your head high. I love that. That's perfect for you guys. Okay, that's going to be it for your read caps. I hope you guys have an incredible week ahead, and I will see you guys next week for your general soul connection spreads. All right, love and light.